G'day guys, it's Paul here from The Hook and the Cook. I've got a little snapper dish that I'm going to share with you today. Basically it is a little bit different, so I'm going to do it with a salt baked crust, and I'm going to do it with a roast chili sauce with some smoked yogurt, a little bit of salad on the side, and I'm actually going to cook it in my pizza oven today. So here we go. Okay folks, to make this salt crust for my fish, to basically wrap the fish in to protect it, to keep it nice and moist, what I've got in here is 400 grams of flour. I'm going to add 250 grams of salt, 2 tablespoons of dried rosemary, and then we're just going to give this a good stir around. Okay, around about 300 mils of water to bring all this together to form a nice dough. Okay, so we're just going to stir, bring in the flour in, and the salt. Just with 2 fingers, just keep bringing it in. At this stage, start to use your whole hand to squeeze it together. It is a little bit wet at the moment, but that's good. As you can see, there's some really nice dry bits of flour around the edge, so we want to get all that together. But you need it to be able to completely wrap the fish up. And remember, we're not going to be eating this. This is just going to be like a little oven that we're going to bake our fish in. Now I'm going to pop this into some Glad wrap and then just pop it into the fridge. And there we go guys, that's our salt baked crust made. Dead simple. Okay guys, it's time to roll out our pastry, our salt crust with our rosemary in there just to give it a little bit of extra flavour. What I've got here is a couple of sheets of baking paper, and then I've got another sheet here, just stops it from sticking. We like to call this go-between in the industry. Always a little bit tricky at first to get it going, it's always a little bit soft. So I'll keep going here and we'll get back to you once I've got it rolled thin. Okay, now, so as you can see, the pastry has really gotten a lot thinner. Now what's great about using this Glad bake, you can do this with short crust pastry, all different types of pastry. I find it very, very handy, and you don't have to use any flour, extra flour. Also, by rolling this one on top of this, it stops it from sticking to your tabletop. So there's a little trick for you. So about finished there. I think we're about the right size for the snapper. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, but due to having these, it helps a lot. It'll help us be able to turn it over without it crumbling, hopefully. So let's place our snapper on top, like so. And I've got a few lemon wedges here as well that we're just going to pop inside here. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So what we do is we lift it over with our paper, like so. And then we just rattle the paper off, like that. And then what we need to do then is fold these edges up to create a seal. Like so. And then lightly push the pastry down. And what this will do is create a little seal. What happens is that now the actual fish will actually cook in its own juices, and it's such a healthy way to eat. So the next thing is to get this guy in the oven. Okay, so I've just oiled my pizza tray here. You can just use a normal flat tray. You can do this in the oven at home. You don't have to do it in a wood-fired pizza oven. It's just, you know, I just find it a little bit of fun. I'm gonna just flip this over quickly, like so. Move that around. Now that's absolutely perfect now to go in the oven. Looks a lot better, nicer presentation that way as well. And that's ready to go straight in the oven. So let's do it. Now my temperature of the oven at the moment is pretty high. It's on about 300 degrees. Basically, when that pastry turns nice and brown and golden brown and puffs up, that fish will be perfectly cooked. And the great thing about it is it's very difficult to overcook the fish in this way. the way we do it, so don't worry about it too much. Get it nice and brown, then we're going to take it out, leave it to just rest for a while, and then we're going to cut it off and we're going to serve it. There we go, she's just nicely cooked. I'm going to bring her out now. Basically what I'm going to do is let that rest now for about 5 minutes, because it's like a little oven. It's going to carry on cooking due to the salt. So I'm going to pop it down over here. So we're going to leave that like so on there for a good 5 minutes, and then we're going to serve it up with some of this beautiful salad that we've got here. Okay, while that's resting, I'm just going to, I've got a little bit of green salad here. We're just going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. Give that a toss around. Not too much. Just a little bit on the plate, just on the side. Okay, also I've got my beautiful roasted chili sauce, and also my smoked yogurt, which I've shown you how to do earlier. So if you just check those videos out, you'll know exactly how to do them. Just going to pop this down, the smoked yogurt to go with the fish. And maybe just a few olives around the plate, just scattered, and just some of my roast chili sauce. Next thing is we're going to open up this beautiful snapper, and we're just going to pop that on the plate. So let's have a look. We'll get that open now. Okay guys, now we're going to cut this open. So we just run the knife just down here, give it a little tap. Just like cutting a loaf of bread, really, all the way around. Now she is a little bit hot. And it gets a little bit crusty on the ends. Then we're just going to hopefully just lift this guy up. Let's just see, and all the skins come off as well, which is lovely. Okay, now then, next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take some of this flesh off. This beautiful snapper, and you can see how moist it is. And we're just going to lay this across our roast chili sauce. There we go. Beautiful. Now a drizzle of olive oil over the top of the fish, just a tiny little drizzle. Now this is a really sweet balsamic. I love this balsamic. Just to finish this dish off. So there you go, there's our salt baked snapper with our smoked yogurt. Some beautiful roasted chili sauce with our beautiful snapper. Let's see how it tastes. Really, really good. What's fantastic is the yogurt comes through with a nice mellow smoky flavour, and we've got a lovely salty, gorgeous flavour coming from the snapper. Anyway guys, cheers. Hope to see you next week, next Friday, here at The Hook and the Cook. Take care.